Hey there, you awesome community. I am going to just put my little Facebook on so I can see if there's any activity going on here. And my camera is here and the computer is there, thus the looking away. So, again, hey there, awesome community. It has been a week. And if you've had a week like this, which I've heard a lot of people have, I'm going to attribute it to we had a super blue moon. So that means a blue moon is that it happened, a full moon happens twice in a month. And a super one, I don't know what that means exactly. I should know because I'm very, airy fairy and metaphysical and all that. But a blue moon, a super moon just feels like to me, if I were to describe it in a few words, is it just has a lot of power. And the moon has a lot of power on us and the earth because we're all made of water. And if it can control the tides, then it certainly can have an effect on us. And so a lot of people had kind of an interesting week this week. But I do want to, I would love to know that this is live, to be honest with you. I do this every week and then I don't worry about it, but I don't want to look away because if you're watching, there we go. If you're watching the recording, then you're like, when is she getting to the good stuff? So I'm going to get to the good stuff. And if you've had one of those weeks, which I have and several other people have, this too shall pass. So I'm seriously stoked about the incredible response to Spark of the Falls. We aren't even a week into it because we changed the name on Saturday. And a lot of people are asking me why, and I'll share that in just a little bit. But for me, it feels like a whole new energy has been ignited, a fresh spark, if you will, because I love the word spark. And I've changed the about, I've changed not the questions, but the questions are worded a little bit differently. I put up a new community standard. So the rules are very clear, they're very concise. And I know that a lot of people join the group and they never look at any of that. And that will probably change dramatically in the future because as we shine this light and this spark on the group, those that don't really see the vision are just going to leave naturally, and that's okay too. So I know that a lot of people have asked me this recently that have not watched the videos, which I want to give a lot of credit to our lovely Facebook because the algorithm on Facebook does not put this every post in everybody's feed. Well, that's the whole nature of Facebook. And the reasoning behind that would be that your feed would be just overwhelming. So Facebook decides through their algorithm who's going to see what. So my recommendation is if you're going to be in a group like this and you really want to participate and be part of this community, that you check the group out, go to the group and not just leave it up to seeing feeds. But that's just my opinion. And as we know, everyone has one. But that being said, the communication of all of the lives and the lives I've decided, and I said this earlier, that they're going to be every Thursday. And even if I'm out of the country, I'm going to really try to do a live because consistency is really important to really reinforcing what's happening here. I haven't been consistent in the last probably 2 to 3 months on Whispers. I used to do at least motivational posts and that sort of thing. And it's time consuming, I will tell you that. And at the same time, there wasn't really much traction on them. And I thought that was interesting. And so I haven't been a good leader of the group, and I will fully admit that. And so now I'm taking back the leadership role, if you will. Oh, sorry, I have a little itchy nose. And so I actually had a couple ask me last night at an event that I was at, and they said, "Why did you change the name? We woke up Saturday morning and the name was changed." And so I'm going to just say it again a little bit quickly and easily because a lot of people are not catching these live sessions. They're not listening to the recordings. And so here's the scoop. I don't know why my nose is itching. So this is really good. Looks good on camera. If I could do a take, that would be awesome. So one of the things is that you guys, you amazing folks out there, are the eyes and ears of this group. And that's a big reason for this change because I was starting to get feedback from members that really know the vision and that have embraced the vision, that, I mean, literally the last comment that I received that just was took that spark into my mind was, why are there so many negative posts and comments? And that is not acceptable. And if that is something that you want, this is not the group for you. So that's enough of that conversation. But as our family grows, as I said, Facebook's algorithm doesn't always deliver everybody the information. So my recommendation is that you watch the lives and just, you get a really good idea of what I'm up to, what the vision is. And every week I'm going to try to share a little bit about what I've seen that doesn't comport with what the vision is. Because at the end of the day, everybody in their lives should have a vision and a mission. It's not exclusive to businesses. I used to teach business leadership, but everyone should have that. And the thing about that I find really fascinating is when you make a change in your life for the better, the people that are around you, if they're not in that same mindset, your vibrant light will allow them to find another path. And so the vibrant light of our revamped community is actually shining brighter than I've ever seen it. And anyone that's seeking a more rant-like experience is, interestingly, finding their new home elsewhere. Because I'm not here to push anybody out. I think that's just a choice. And the choice is, if you love it here, then stay. And if you don't, well, there's an exit sign. So I want to dive into a few things that cropped up this week, just to give you kind of an overview of things that people believe are not negative, but truly they don't serve anybody. And last week I said, our motto can be, or your motto can be, what would love do? And things like this just don't really vibe with this mantra of what would love do. And I know I'm not living under a rock, but social media is really, it's a hub. And this is what's interesting about social media is I took journalism when I was in college. Journalism is not journalism. Everything is rumors and innuendos anymore. It's somebody's opinion. I don't even care if you're listening to what you believe to be the news. I say, turn the television off, turn the radio off, but that's just me. But sometimes, these rumors and these whispers are just not necessary. And just something so simple as when somebody posts, why is something closed, or what happened at such and such a location? And instead of answering with factual information, which, I go back to my journalistic roots, answering with solid info or facts, there's this methodology or mindset to be speculative and really not so kind speculation. And then the comments start floating around, and really people pick it up, and then they take something that somebody speculated about and they believe it as truth. And I think it's fascinating that that's not, oh, thank you. I'm just checking out some of the comments. I get a little focused on this recording because if I keep looking away, then you think I'm not paying attention to, but I am. So these comments start floating around and they're not helpful. So something to the effect of, I think it was some place was closed because they had a plumbing issue. And then people start speculating about all kinds of reasons. Somebody died, or they had bugs, or, they were going out of business. I mean, any kind of speculation like that. Here's the problem is, you might not think it's negative. You're just floating your opinions again. But the problem is that you then damage potentially somebody going there, or the reputation of that place or that organization. And we do that with people as well. So what I'm going to ask is that really, if you're going to answer a question and you know the real answer, then give the real answer. But speculation and rumor just really doesn't have a place here. And it doesn't serve anybody, because then members have a tendency to go down another rabbit hole, which is completely unnecessary. So when I remove those comments, understand that that's the mindset, because all I want ever is for us to support each other. That is my whole vision since I landed here in Wichita Falls, is I want to support this community because it is supporting me in so many different ways. And you don't have the actual answer, and you might have seen the actual answer, but I know that the process that a lot of us use, it's not my preferred process, but you do Facebook on your phone. And so you're scrolling and you don't see the previous comments. So it's a knee-jerk reaction to just put your opinion in there that is speculative, and somebody's already actually answered the question and it's not being paid attention to. So I'm just going to say again, slow down, be mindful, and know what is it that you're saying. Is it helpful? Is it really helping the poster? I mean, just the poll that I did on the new picture, there was lots of people on there that all they wanted to say was negative things about AI. And why am I not using a picture in Wichita Falls? Well, do you know how hard it would be to get that many people to do a photo shoot in Wichita Falls, by the falls, if I were indeed to do that? And then somebody would be upset because they weren't in the picture, or so-and-so didn't do this. And I don't want this picture because my smile's not this. I mean, seriously, people have a way to argue about everything. And so I thought this is the easiest way to do it, is I'm going to do AI. And then it's just made out of thin air. And it actually, there's a lot of people that loved it. But there's no need for snarky comments. Honest to goodness, it just isn't. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. So, when you add all of the guesses and the innuendos, you just cause more consternation for people. So speaking of vibes, one of my passions since returning to Wichita Falls and this community has to be able to see this community do more than just survive. And I have a YouTube channel that I share about that. I know we have one of the lowest cost of livings in America. Well, that also would translate to, we have people that don't make very much money. How much money you make is not relevant to this particular conversation. It's relevant to a mindset that I believe that we can thrive here. Every single person in this community can thrive. And I've seen some individuals here throughout the time that it's been Whispers and now Sparks. They struggle in various ways. And I really am so proud to be in a community where y'all step up when people need things. I'm so pleased and blessed that I live here and see how that happens. But when it comes to money, it feels like sometimes that people struggle. And I've been an abundance teacher for so many years that struggle is only a mindset. It doesn't have to be the truth of who you are. And I can share my story at another time, but I'm all about teaching abundance. That is absolutely my absolute core passion, mission, vision in life. It's my calling. It truly is. And my mission, and I'm committed to bringing it to this group's new chapter, is to teach that abundance mindset. And it doesn't happen overnight, I can assure you. It can, but it very rarely does, because all of your money ideas are caught up here, and then they translate into your body down here, and then you keep repeating the pattern over and over and over. So some of you have been part of my teachings over the past 5 years, because I have continued to do that sort of like on the underground, if you will. And really spectacular results have happened, but they're not part of what I've been doing through the real estate business. And that was to rejuvenate my own financial health after being on food stamps and broke when I was sick. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. But during that time, I've been working on getting, like I said, all of my financial ducks in a row, using all of the principles that I teach, because I don't believe that you can teach something if you haven't done it yourself. And so you have the experience to teach it. So being broke, it was kind of hard to come here and start teaching about abundance when I was broke, even though I could have told you all the other stories. But I thought, okay, well, I'm going to get this thing under my belt, which is something that I know and was really easy for me. But many of you know that when I had this battle with cancer and before I returned, I found myself literally on these food stamps and just broke. And I couldn't work because I was sick. But I've always had this consciousness of money. And I knew that that was a temporary situation because I was going to heal myself with prayers and meditation and positive consciousness. And I also was going to make that money back because it took a lot of my money as a result of all of that treatment. And that was just a blip on the radar. It was tough, seriously. But I had the mindset to do that and to go from food stamps to actually literally making millions. And it's not because I am special. I did it in a very short period of time, but you can do that too. You absolutely can do the same thing because I've been teaching it and I've seen it over and over and over and over. And it really truly is about just flipping that mental switch. So guess what? I've got something super exciting to share with you. I've been running this course in person for years that I'm going to talk about. And I've done it in seminar events. And so it's event things and live seminars are just not a thing anymore, especially after COVID. But I've decided I'm going to do it, and it's going to be tweaked a little bit online for you all, just for you guys. And it's going to be called the Fast Cash Challenge, because who doesn't want a little extra cash in their life? And it also gets you from stuck to start to move in that direction of really changing that mindset and feeling like you can have that big pocketbook, bank account, dream, because it's all wrapped up in the same thing. But if you accept the mission, I want you to know something. You better get ready for a transformation, because I'm now transforming myself into something else again, which Lord, my God, change is what allows you to grow. But sometimes I feel like I'm in a rock crusher because I change so many things all the time so fast in an attempt to go forward and to expand. But this challenge isn't just about money. It's about shifting your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions around that green stuff. So we're kicking off the Fast Cash Challenge next Thursday. So I wanted to give everybody a chance to get a download that I have for you, a sign up on the Facebook group, which you can only do if you fill out the little, dealy bob, so I can allow you in the Facebook group. This is not a public face group. It's not even a private one that you can see. It's a group that you can be in only if I invite you, because you're in the Fast Cash Challenge. So I want it to be safe and secure for purposes of people sharing things. But it's going to start next Thursday. So at 5:00 on the live, we're going to start our Fast Cash Challenge. You can see the video for the Fast Cash Challenge, but you won't be able to participate in all of the things and get the downloads and the handouts and stuff unless you sign up. So, but it's free. So there you go. And this course normally goes, I used to do it for $199. So that was 10 years ago. So it's probably I should price it at much higher than that. But you're getting it for free. It's 3 weeks and it's free for this group. And I have several other platforms, but they can participate as well. And over those 3 weeks, I'm going to guide you in this journey to creating fast cash, because everyone says, oh, I can change my mindset and, happy do's and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing is, if you don't see some results right away, then you take a walk. And we have to get results quickly for you to start to see that, yes, you can do these things and you can create more wealth in your life. I'm not talking about making $1 million. Please don't misunderstand any of this, because those kind of claims make me crack up, because that's not what this is about. But you're going to achieve some dreams that you can't even imagine right now. And one of the things you'll notice is that these dreams will show up in ways that you didn't imagine, because you're going to be able to look at the vision and the why instead of the how. And this is not wishful thinking. It's not positive thinking. And if you've ever read The Secret or watched The Secret, they missed a very important component in there, which I will tell you that secret during this 3-week process. But it's taking that first step towards your goals, taking that first step to building more in your life. And your vision may be $1 million, but if you don't have this thermostat mindset set at that, then that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm just going to give you sort of a little taste of this, but it's changed countless people's lives. And I've had so many experiences with my own personal teaching of these principles and this mindset idea. And the same principles are taught by many, many, many people out there in the world. Some do it well and some not so well. But it's just amazing the results that you get. But you have to make a decision and you have to be focused and you have to make the commitment to yourself. So when you sign up, there's a little scroll across the live here. That's the link. I'll put the link in the body of this. It's probably going to be buried if there's too many people on here with comments, but that's okay because comments are good. By the way, comments, emojis, and GIFs get the algorithm of Facebook to move forward and get more people involved. You are more than welcome to invite people into the group to sign up. But when you sign up, you're going to get what's called my money mindset meditation. I think it's called Mastery. But it is a MP3 that I've recorded that has very special techniques about shifting this thought process. It's a 30-minute meditation, and I recommend, I can recommend all I want, and if you don't do it, then you don't do it. But if you listen to it once a day for this 3-week period, amazing things happen. Literally amazing things happen. And then also in the first email, you'll get what's called a money quiz, just so that you can begin to focus and notice what's going on with your relationship with money, because everyone has a relationship with money. And we'll talk about that as we get into the money mindset program. But there's the private Facebook group that you will get the Facebook group to do that. And there's going to be, and this is what I'm really excited about, because once we get through it and once we start the Fast Cash Challenge, you'll see why we're going to do this. We are going to have an in-person event with what I'm going to call a little marketplace for you to participate with everybody that's in this group. And we're going to have it at Horseshoe Bend Winery, and they're actually letting us use their facility, which it's a beautiful facility at Iowa Park if you haven't been out there, because I love Scott and I love Gabby, and everyone is just so excited about this experience, because when you see it and you know it and you love to have that mindset and you begin to create, then you just keep doing it. So if you want a little more cash, we're going to have a great opportunity for that to happen. And you're going to uncover, discover, and learn things about a money blueprint. Everyone has a money blueprint. I don't know if you even know that, but you have a money type, and we're going to let you get some insights into your financial habits and then rewrite your money story, because everybody's money story is what keeps them exactly where they are right now. And if you don't like where you are right now, then we have to rewrite that story and debunk those myths and all of the beliefs and those things that are keeping you stuck, and then give you those empowering perspectives on wealth. Because honest to goodness, it really is truly as simple as changing your mind, but it's not easy. And I'm going to tell you all the reasons that it's not easy, because those are going to come up, and then give you tools to say, oh, look at that. I don't need to believe in that anymore. So these money mechanics, from budgeting to investment, I'm not big on those things. That's not what we're going to be doing here. I don't want to get into what do I call deprivation and all of those things. I will share some ideas with you, but the thing is I want you to begin to tap into that abundant nature that's already right here inside of you. You already have it. You just have to spark it. And that's why I love the word spark, because if you just spark these things that are already in you, you already have every single thing you ever need to be wealthy, to be happy, to be joyful, to be successful, to be, the best relationship on the planet. Any of those dreams that you ever had, you already have all the tools that you need. You just need somebody to spark it and to show you the path. So I'm going to put up that link, and I'm going to look and see if there's any comments that Hello, Marianne. And oh, hi, Barb. How are you? Don Garrett. Hi, Santa. Heck no, I want to build up everyone. I'm supposed to look and solve it. Yep. Carl, he wants to help build up everybody in the community as well. And so, as I said, this is a community effort, and you all are the community. And it's time that we declared that we are making a choice. And of course, it's Texoma Gives. We're 1 week away from the actual date of Texoma Gives. One of the key, and I shared this last week, the fuels for having more abundance is to give. And so I encourage you all to give to Texoma Gives. I think it's a beautiful thing that we have for our community. And I also shared that this group, I created a nonprofit called One Block at a Time so that you can be part of the decision making. And I'm going to post probably on the weekend. I have an application form for people that want to apply for assistance, because people go on Whispers and it's like, I can't pay my electric bill, I can't pay my plumbing bill, or I need money for gas and all of that. And I've shared a handout does not help somebody with as much as a hand up. And so I'm modeling this actually after Rotary in Covina, California, that helps veterans this way, that they get a one-time gift. They have to say, I'm working on myself to get what I need, but I need this little bit to hurdle. Now, I don't have a ton of money in this nonprofit right now, so I really encourage you to give, because the more you give, the more we can serve this community. But small things that if somebody is really having trouble getting something for a brand new house, but yet they're just bad things have happened to them, and this is just a bump that they need to get over. That's one thing. And I've seen it from time to time, that people that are asking for something, that's why you can't ask for cash on Wichita Whispers, but they seem to be in that same routine over and over and over. And what I know is that if you empower somebody to know how to build wealth, or in the alternative, seek assistance, they only need a one-time help over the hump. So I would love it if you would give to One Block at a Time. Just go Texoma Gives, pop that in there. $5, $10, any amount will be helpful, because this next year, I want to take that money from One Block at a Time and make a commitment to help as many people in those small ways that can get over those hurdles. So I did take up a lot of time probably, and I apologize for that, but I wanted to say quite a bit. Now, next Thursday, 5 o'clock, we're starting the Fast Cash Challenge. My wish is that you share on the post, tag somebody that you know so that they'll watch the video, because the only way that this gets in the algorithm for Facebook is that if people comment, they put a GIF or they put an emoji. That's really all that it does. And I've asked, when I make posts, that's why I ask you to do it, so that it will be disseminated to more people. So I hope I see you Thursday night. The link is in there to sign up, and tell your friends. So y'all have an amazing night, and I'll see you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear?